Hello and welcome to today's topic. So today we will cover Norton's theorem. We'll solve a numerical on DC circuits using Norton theorems, and we'll simulate the circuit in LT-SPICE and verify the results. So let us start. So first we'll consider a numerical example. So this is a textbook on DC circuits and by BL Thareja. This topic is DC circuits. So basically we have to find the current flowing through 15 ohm resistance over here. So here is my main circuit. So here we have to find the current through the 15 ohm resistance using Norton's theorem. So let us start building up the circuitry in LT-SPICE. So we'll open a new schematic. I think I have to readjust the screen a little. Okay. Okay, fine. So we'll start collecting the components. So first is my resistors. So yeah, and remaining resistors we can rotate R and place it onto the screen like this. The second resistor will come over here, and now we have to connect the sources. So we have one voltage source and one current source. So one voltage source I can place it over here, and another we have a current source. Independent sources we have over here. So one current source is over here. Now we have to join them with the wire, so we can quickly complete this. Okay, so these two components are also joined. Now the circuit is complete. We have to connect the ground. So we can connect the ground with a wire like this and placing this ground over here like this. Now we have to define the voltage values. This is around 30 volts. This is 4 ohm. This is given as 6. This is given as 8. And this is given as 4 amperes. And this value over here is 15 ohms. So actually we need to find the current flowing through 15 ohm resistance. This is actually 30 volts. Let me write complete. Yeah. So this is a main numerical. So let me just write the heading. So this we have to solve using Norton's theorem. Let me just place it at the top. Okay, so this is the main circuit which we have to find using Norton's theorem. Directly also we can find it very easily. I'll just run one simulation and show it to you. So this is my VA. Okay, so I'll run this and I want DC operating point. So I'll select this and click on OK. So it will give me all the voltages. So basically I want current flowing through the resistor 15 ohm resistor, that is current flowing through R2, that is around 0.56. So let us see by solving this by Norton's theorem whether we get this 0.56 or no. Okay, so let us directly write the answer at the first step only, and then we'll come back to it. So I of R2, here it is R2 is equal to how much we got? 0.56. Let us run that again and cross check. So we have to get this value using Norton's theorem. Let me cross check this value one. Yeah, it is around 0.56 amperes. So now we have to apply the Norton's theorem. So we'll select the new schematic. So basically this, if we run this directly on LT-SPICE, since it is a linear network, it will give you the results instantaneously and these are very accurate. But we have to follow this DC network theorem, that is Norton's theorem. So for the first procedure, we'll just minimize this and copy the entire thing again onto a new schematic. And here we are finding, instead of writing Norton's theorem here, we are finding VSC, short circuit voltage. So we are finding short circuit voltage across the terminals A and B over here. So this is finding short circuit voltage VSC. Okay, so let me just place it over here. Yeah, so this is coming all right. So for finding short circuit voltage, let me just mark this as B terminal just for simplicity. So we need to find the short circuit voltage between A and B. So first of all, we need to disconnect this resistor and replace it with a short circuit wire. And I'll just, yeah. So, so we need to find the short circuit current actually, ISC, basically. Uh, Short circuit current, not the voltage, because Norton's equivalent will be a current source. So sorry, short circuit current. So we need to find the IAB, current flowing through R4 resistor also we can say. So when we simulate this, so the current flowing through R4 resistor is coming out to be minus 1.4. We have already discussed before that why the minus sign comes, because the LT spice assumes a different direction of the current. So here we have to write there, write it as 1.4 ampere. So current flowing, that is ISC, here it is equal to, let me just add it over here. ISC is equal to IAB is equal to 1.4 amperes, which we got over here in LT spice. Let me write it. So we have to short circuit, we have to remove the load resistor first, wherever we want to find the equivalent circuit. So then we replace it with a wire, and then we are finding the short circuit current, which is around 1.4 amperes. Now next thing is to find the equivalent resistance. So equivalent resistance, you can find it very easily. So this ISC is matching. It's coming out to be 1.4 amperes. And now next is to find the equivalent resistance. It's similar to the procedure in Thevenin's theorem. So again, I will copy the main circuit. Okay, and place it into your new schematic screen. Now again, we want to find it across A and B node. So let me just add a label just for simplicity, even though this will take it as a ground node still. So next is finding the value of, let me just copy this statement. Next is we are going to find the RTH. So we can go to draft and add the comment, finding equivalent resistance. So finding RTH. Okay, so I'll place it on the screen. And for finding RTH, we have to deactivate. Let me just write over here. For finding RTH, we have to remove RL. Basically, here will be a 15 ohm resistance. So here in this case, it will be remove R2 and deactivate the sources, independent sources. So what do you mean by deactivating independent sources? So deactivating independent sources means that the voltage source will be removed from here and replaced by a short, and the current source will be removed from here and replaced by open circuit. So we have to sort this, and obviously we need to remove this RL. So now we have to find the equivalent resistance of this network. So for finding the equivalent resistance, we place an external voltage and find the current through that voltage source. So this, let's say I given around 10 volts, and I'll run this and find the current flowing through that 10 volt source. So the current flowing through this 10 ohm source is 1 ampere. So let me just write it over here, that RTH or RAB is equal to V1 divided by I of V1, which is equal to 10 divided by 10, which is equal to 10 ohms. So basically we got the value of RTH. Let me just add it a little down over here. Okay, I think I should push it a little down. Yeah, so here it is visible now. So RTH is coming out to be 10 ohms. Let us cross check this. Yeah, it is coming out to be it is called as Norton's parallel equivalent resistance basically. And last thing is we need to make a new schematic again and keep our Thevenin's, make a Norton's equivalent circuit. So this will be labeled as Norton's equivalent circuit, and I'll place it onto the screen. So let us start building it. For Norton's equivalent circuit, it will be consisting of a current source. So this is my current source, and with a parallel resistance, which is your RTH basically. And let me build up this network first. So Norton's equivalent circuit will consist of a current source in parallel with a equivalent resistance. And here you have your terminals A and B, where you connect that 15 ohm resistance back. So let me just complete this first. Yeah. So I'll name this as ISC and I'll name this as RTH or RAB, any value. This is around 10 ohms and the value of ISC came out to be 1.4 amperes. So I'll have to give here 1.4 amperes. And now I'll connect the resistor back, the 15 ohm resistor back, which is your RL basically, and I'll ground this circuitry. So very important to ground everything, entire DC circuit over here. Ground should be present compulsorily. And here I will put the value of RL back over here. This was the 15 ohm resistance, so I am putting the 15 ohm resistance back over here. So kindly follow this similar procedure for calculating Norton's equivalent circuit. So now I have to find the current flowing through this 15 ohm resistor. So I'll go to simulate. I'll click on run. I'll go to DC operating point and click on OK. So the current flowing through, as you can see over here, the current flowing through I1 is 0.56 amperes. So I'll write it over here. Uh, the current flowing through 15 ohm resistance. In this case, it is R1. In this circuit, actually, let me just write RL only for simplicity. Basically, this will be equal to I of R1 in this circuit will be equal to 0.56 amperes. And let me add this value onto the screen. Yeah. So this is by solving, I think it is a little on the bigger side. Let me go to by default view. Yeah, this is better. So by Norton's theorem, the current flowing through the 15 ohm resistance is coming out to be 0.56 amperes. And we have initially seen that without applying Norton's theorem also, it is giving around 0.56 amperes. Okay. And our theoretical calculations also showed the same. So theoretically, by solving this numerical theoretically, they have also got the value as close to around 0.56 amperes. So our analysis is correct. And so I'll revise this. So first we have built up the circuit in LT spice. We have to solve this using Norton's theorem. And first we build up the the short circuit current we have found out. So we have short circuited, we removed the RL load and replace it with a wire, short circuit wire. Next we have found it out RTH by deactivating all the independent sources, that is the voltage and current over here. And finally we put together ISC in Norton's equivalent circuit in parallel with RTH, and we have found out that the current flowing through the 15 ohm resistance is indeed 0.56 amperes. So that's it for today's topic. Next time we'll cover some new topic. So thank you.